at 11.
This is a News 36 sports special. Live from Charlotte Motor Speedway, it's Race Week 92. Highlights of the Coca Cola 600 with News 36 Sports Director Jim Celania and former Winston Cup champion Benny Parsons.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Jim Celania live with former Winston Cup champ Benny Parsons, and the Coca Cola 600 is over. You've been in more than I've seen, but this is the best one I've ever seen.
Great race, and I tell you what a great crowd we had today. Everything was just wonderful then. The weather, a little warm, but other than that, perfect.
Yeah, the drivers today, so many guys had so many things going for them. Davey Allison could have taken home $1 million. Kyle Petty, Felix Sabates, who has all the money in the world, he told Kyle before this year started, he said, if you win Charlotte in October and May, I'll give you $1 million. Well, he almost won today. You got half of it done, almost.
Wow, almost.
Yeah.
He had $1 million going today. Wow. Yeah. Davey also had $1 million going today, and all the Chevrolet guys had beaten the Fords going today.
Get the gorilla off their back.
Right.
We always send Benny down to pit road to talk to the drivers before the race begins.
Biggest race of your life?
Well, I don't know if it's the biggest race, Benny, but it definitely has the biggest bonus I've ever seen, so it's pretty exciting.
You can't help but think about it, can you?
Well, you can't help but think about it because everybody keeps asking about it, but, you know, it's a great bonus, and it's a great thing for the sport, but I'm just glad to be in a position to be able to win it if we can do it.
Is this car as good as 007?
I think it's a little better.
You know, we've done pretty good this year, and, you know, I want this Budweiser Ford to be in victory lane. If it can't, you know, maybe it's another Ford. You know, I've been with Ford a long time, and I don't think that's too selfish.
How is the car good?
Well, we're pretty decent, but you know, this racetrack, you know how it changes. You've driven here. You know it as well as anybody.
What happens if the cloud rolls in? That changes everything, doesn't it?
It'll change a lot, and you have to do a lot of guessing here, you know, to get it to the point that you think it's going to be good. We tested yesterday in a very hot, slick racetrack, so I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. I guess about 100 laps, you'll know.
What would it be if you could stop the Ford string, win for Chevrolet, for General Motors, and keep Davey from winning $1 million? You think about those things?
Not really. I think about putting this 3-car right in front and stay there and be in victory lane at the end. Really, we're just working hard to keep our program together, and you know, we want Chevrolet to win bad as any of them, and we're going to be trying to do our part.
How's the car?
Pretty good. We changed some things yesterday afternoon and then changed them right back. So, you know, we feel like we're as close as we can get. We got something we can work with off and on during the day, and you know how it is. It's a 600-mile race, so you got to work with it all day long.
Man, I want to win this thing bad, I'll tell you, but I feel good. I mean, it's a handle good tire temp sheets last night, got a good fresh motor in it. We put like 15 laps on the motor. I said, I don't want to put no more than needed because this is a long race. Put the cool suit, not the cool suit, but a cool helmet, you know. I figure like I needed that. I like that.
Can you do it today?
I think we got as good a chance as anybody. The Hooters Thunderbirds running good. We had good practice sessions, and, you know, I'm just pretty optimistic. A lot can happen in 4.5 hours or 600 miles here, but you know, we just hope to be there at the end and keep that positive momentum going that we've had all year, and team's doing a good job. All I can say is just give it our best shot today.
Got everything ready?
Hope so. We're working on it. We'll see. We'll find out about a couple laps. It won't take long.
Oh, boy, those were prophetic words from Richard Petty, because he found out what he didn't want to find out today.
He really did.
Quick laps, didn't he?
Quick laps. Had a brake problem. The rear brakes locked up on him, and he had some problems.
Well, let's see all the action today. And once again, our talented photography staff and our race team was all over the action today. I got to compliment them before we even go to it. I mean, what a job they do out here. Just 2 or 3 cameras, 4 or 5 of them, and we cover it all. Here we go. Take off, guys.
There they go, turn 1, dead heat.
Look at Richard Petty, Benny. Started 12th, moved up to 8th. He was moving. Look at that shot. Is that a beautiful shot?
Great shot.
Find out where John Gray got that shot. Anyway, Petty slicks into the wall right there because he had brake problems.
The rear brakes are locking up, got him sideways into the wall. Went Hut Strickland, just a couple of laps later, spins, and he has some pretty heavy damage to the left rear of the car.
Now, Petty, these guys accidentally left a roll of duct tape on the car. It actually made a lap with a roll of tape.
Been working good. You went off in 3. Just wasn't the brake there he was expecting. Got in a little hard, hit the wall at the right side, but I think we'll be all right.
All right, back to the action now. And it was going to be a Ford day early on. Davey Allison flexed his muscles a lot.
Started 17th, got to the front, looked like he was going to win $1 million. There, and Ernie Irvin, a plug wire came off or something.
Yeah, he made up 2 laps. Ernie made up 2 laps to race Earnhardt at the end of this race. Alan Kulwicki had the beast out there for a while today. I really thought you'd picked a winner last night when you picked Kulwicki. You said it'd be Kulwicki or Harry Gant, but he had some trouble right there.
It was all on the racetrack. The car was losing oil, so I think that's what it was. We'll be all right. There's no damage.
And back to green flag racing, and they had a lot of chances to watch the starts today, Benny. I mean, it was caution after caution. Look at Mark Martin take a scary ride back up into the face of turn 1.
And see, he didn't get any damage, but looking behind him, these guys behind him trying to dodge him back off the gas. There's Richard Petty, the 12-car Hut Strickland once again.
Richard Petty on the hook, and you talked to the king about today.
Last 600, any feelings?
Well, right now I ain't hurting, so I guess I'm doing all right.
That's one thing about it. He's feeling good tonight, right?
He is feeling
no
good.
bruises. He probably feels like going out and racing right now. Gary Ballou finds the wall going down the main stretch, and Humpy gets the grass cut once out again out there. Look at these guys avoid the accident.
And Earnhardt went down pit road that time. Earnhardt and several other drivers to dodge that went down pit road. Good heads-up driving by those guys. And here we see
caution after caution. Michael Waltrip there is the one rubbing up against the wall. And again, you have no idea how quick these guys are getting on the binders and slowing those cars down so they stay in the race.
That's Dick Trickle that spun through the traffic. No one hit him, but behind him, once again behind him, there's Kenny Schrader with the front end knocked off his car.
So Michael Waltrip, a short day.
It's just been real trying here lately. Thank God for last Saturday night, or I wouldn't know which way to turn, you know.
Now, Benny, I want you to tell me about these tires. How do these guys run out of tires? They got all the money in the world to buy them. Where were they?
Well, Goodyear brought 3,000 tires. That's 500 more tires than they brought last year.
That's it.
And see, these guys were all begging tires. They went over, the 55 car went over and begged some tires off the 30 crew. Yep. Earnhardt, all these guys went around begging, trying to find tires. 3,000 they used last Saturday night and today.
And Benny talked to a Goodyear man.
Still a lot of tires on pit road, and as attrition occurs, the teams will be passing them back and forth amongst each other, like the law of the jungle effect there. I mean, they're begging, right? Yeah, but we've had a lot of cautions and their cars out, so people are switching back and forth. I guess we'll see a lot of multicolored cars today.
That's what we're talking about. Ernie Irvan with Michael Waltrip wheels on his cars.
And Kyle Petty was wearing his dad's shoes out there for a while, too. He had some the King's tires. There's Sterling and Dale Jarrett doing a little dance down there in the turn. No fun to dance that way. It's a very expensive dance.
And Sterling Marlin came in hard in the side of Dale Jarrett's car. No driver was injured.
Had no luck this year at all. Sterling and Dale, either one of them.
And Dale Jarrett was running very well to begin the race.
Joe Gibbs is saying, what did I get into maybe? Now, stay around, Joe. You'll win.
The vent came off Davey Allison's gas tank. It goes up in the deck lid. And when they filled the car up, the gasoline came out inside the car, out in the trunk, so they realized something was wrong. They had to come in and put the vent hose on.
Cost him any chance to win the race, Benny, because it put him way back. And then it was Kyle Petty's time to be the rocket ship, and he led the race. Ricky Rudd lost a lap early on. He was running good. But this pit stop, I thought, was the race between Kyle Petty and Ernie Irvan. They were at the same time.
Came in the same
time. Okay. Everybody thought that was it.
And they leave about the same time. But these guys,
man, oh man,
came in about 2 laps later. This is Dale Earnhardt, his crew, about 2 laps after Kyle and Ernie came in, 4 tires, and he gets back on the racetrack in front of Kyle and Ernie.
This is actual time pit stop. We timed it 18 seconds. That's world record time. And before this pit stop, he was about, 20, 30 yards behind those 2 cars you saw a minute ago. Kyle Petty, after the race, said, hey, how did he do that? Something's wrong. Well, it's not David Copperfield out there. It's Dale Earnhardt and his crew. I mean, you saw it. It was quick, Kyle. I mean, they just did a miraculous pit stop. But Petty has to wonder how he did it.
And here they come. This is the last lap. White flag is in the air. Earnhardt's leader, Ernie Irvan second.
And right now, that GM Goodwren's car is about as wide as a football field. And Ernie Irvan knows it, doesn't he?
He certainly does. And the Ford string could end in about 15 seconds if those 2 Chevrolets can get back to the front.
I got a feeling it's going to end. Those cars could blow up right now, and it would end, wouldn't it? The Fords don't win at Charlotte. They're not going to win at Charlotte, not on this day. And, I think Dale got a lot of respect from Ernie Irvan and vice versa because Ernie was on his bumper a lot. Benny, if he wanted to, he could have wrecked Earnhardt, but he didn't. And Dale will not be afraid to race with Ernie Irvan again.
Checkered flag, Dale Earnhardt, and what a job, because early in the race, his car was not that good, Jim, but they worked on it. This crew worked on it, made adjustments. At the end of the race, had the car to beat.
Later on in this show, we're going to have a tremendous music piece, and it's all about the guys who work on pit road. It's a Sawyer Brown song about working on the dirt road. I'll take the dirt road. You don't want to leave before we get to that. It's a real piece of art. Let's take a look at the final results now from the race, as it was Dale Earnhardt winning. And Ernie Irvan second. Kyle Petty, look at that. GM.
Davey Allison first Ford, and then another GM car, Harry Gant, in 5th spot.
Okay. So Earnhardt finally breaks the streak. Sterling Marlin is there. Kulwicki.
Kulwicki ran out of gas on the last lap, cost him a couple of spots.
Ricky Rudd, again, one of the fastest cars out there. He got caught in the pits during a yellow, and there's just nothing to do about it. He never made the lap up like Ernie Irvin did.
Ted Musgrave in 8th spot, first race in a Ford, and finished in the lead lap.
And Dick Trickle had a couple wild rides. A lot of guys had a lot of wild rides out there today, didn't they?
You know, those cars today look like Martinsville. I mean, the sides beat up, the nose has gone off the cars.
They spent some money out here, and later on, we're going to take a look at the pre-race show. It was the mother of all pre-race shows. That's what Humpy Wheeler called it, and we'll let you see it next. So don't go away. Much more racing coming live from the Charlotte Motor Speedway with former Winston Cup champ Benny Parsons. We'll be right back.
Up next on Race Week 92, the winner of the Coca Cola 600.
Race Week 92, brought to you by Miller Beer, Saturn, Duke Power, Valvoline, and Kanawha.
It took more than 20 years to dream it. A lifetime of savings to build it. But it took the sweat of 15 loyal employees to make it happen. That's life, and we insure every step of it. Kanawha, life and health insurance.
New Colders 29, cold aged at 29 degrees to seal in smoothness, beer after beer. Work, rest, play, Colders. New Colders 29 and 29 Light. What else do you need?
I've got a little problem with my Saturn, you see. It's not here. You can't see it because my son has it, in fact. I plan to let him have my other vehicle. I really didn't think he would take the Saturn because it's a four-door vehicle. But that was the vehicle that he chose. Right here you have two things I miss an awful lot, actually. My son and my Saturn.
Driving a top fuel car is basically the feel of being shot out of a cannon. The acceleration is very great, and the slowdown period is very great. When the parachute comes out in a car, it pulls another 4 Gs, just stopping the opposite direction. Many of the drivers that come out of these cars at the end of the day, when they look at their body at night, they're black and blue from the harness being around them. The level of speed we operate in, normally around 290 miles an hour, your level of concentration has to be there, so you better have it all together.
It's cleanup time at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. The work will continue long into the night and tomorrow to clean this place up. They had a record crowd out here today, 160,000 plus. It's the first sellout ever. They're going to have to build more stands out here, Benny.
I guess they are.
Yeah.
160,000 won't hold them, so they're going to have to build some more.
You know, we've heard all kinds of rumors about drivers leaving owners. Earnhardt's been rumored, but you heard something a little different than that.
In Victory Lane, now, it wasn't any GM Goodwrench people, but someone told me, and I don't remember who it was, that Tuesday, Earnhardt and Childress and Jim Goodwrench are supposed to sign for 3 more years. That trio, Goodwrench, Earnhardt, and Childress, for 3 more years, 94, 95, and 96, because they've already got a contract through 93.
All that talk about them not getting along, obviously, if that happens, that was hogwash.
And that's what Earnhardt, when he talked to me before the race, said, we're trying to get our program together. That's what they're trying to do.
Okay. And Benny had a chance to talk with the man in black, the Intimidator, Dale Earnhardt, in Winner's Circle. Here it is.
Yo, Ford Buster, you.
If you're going to do it right here's a good place to do it, isn't it?
I'm telling you what, Charlotte, is it repaying you for all these bad years you've had here?
One race ain't going to do it. It makes you feel good, though. You went here in front of the hometown crowd and to beat the Fords and, you know, to put Chevrolet back in Victory Lane. We worked awful hard, the crew has. I think circumstances have just been, against us. The fans have been wanting to see it. They're all out here cheering us on. It's just a great day.
That is unbelievable. Those fans out here cheering is unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah. They're a great bunch of people, you know. They supported us even when we was down, and they've supported us when we're up.
When you looked up and saw Ernie back there, another Chevrolet, did you say, well, look, I don't want to wreck him?
Well, I was hoping he wouldn't wreck me. I was in front, and he raced me good. He raced hard. And that was a good race to the end.
But the car was not too good to begin with. You just kept working, pecking at it a little bit at a time. By the end of the race, it was great.
Well, we took some pan off of it and made it better. Kept adjusting on it, and it got better all day.
Hey, wave to the folks, will you?
All right.
Not only did he wave to the people, he went around and gave people high fives, all the fans around Victor Circle. This is the fence around Victor Circle.
Hale Irwin, huh?
A la Hale Irwin,
yeah,
that's right.
The U.S. Open champion when he did that. He's about Hale's age, actually.
But he just ran 600 miles and went around there. Like, you remember, Hale Irwin, all he done is played 18 holes of golf.
I remember at 500 miles, I said, man, these guys got to go another 100. That's got to be easy after 500, huh? Well, let's take a look. And now, Benny also talked, all of our guys, Bob Armstead, our reporters in the field, they talked to the guys who couldn't quite catch Dale Earnhardt.
You know, it was hard to believe we could come back from 2 laps down and get our laps back, but we've done it here before, but we just never had enough to go back up and race for the win. And, you know, the car was handling excellent, and it's been handling good since we got her this week, and the guys did a great job.
Yeah, you know, there's no way that a man can be two seconds behind you on the racetrack and everybody comes down pit road at the same time and he comes out a second ahead. I don't care what anybody says. And especially, unless he had like a 13-second pit stop, and maybe he did. You know, those guys were good, but I'm not saying they're that good. So if he changed 4 tires, there's no way he should have been up there where he was.
We were good for short periods of time, and then the chassis setup just seemed to fade away a little bit. You know, it's a new car. 4th place finish ain't all that bad.
I know you didn't wear the flak jacket today. I'm just wondering if the injuries you had from last week bothered you at all.
No, I didn't feel any of the injuries at all. It's just, you know, a long, hot day.
You came so close. You got to do it. Your last shot here coming up. What do you think?
We're here to race. We'll see what happens.
We're just taking a look at the points right now. Benny Parsons, Davey Allison is still first in points. Bill Elliott is 111 behind. Here we have the points. Harry Gant is 3rd. Alan Kowicki 4th. And Earnhardt moves up a couple of spots, but, you know, that's the way it is. They like consistency. He only picked up how many points on Allison today?
Oh, about 15 or 20.
15 or 20, so Allison still has a 144-point lead on Dale Earnhardt, but Dale has a word he likes a lot, and he says, we're just going to notch him. We're going to notch him here and notch him there, pick up a little bit here, pick up a little bit there, and eventually Davey Allison will most likely have some bad luck. Earnhardt's not wishing that, but it happens in this sport, doesn't it?
In this sport, it'll certainly happen. And Earnhardt told me, he said, I'm already thinking about going to Dover next week, doing the 500 miles of Dover, gain a few more points.
Oh, good. All right, it was a great 600 race, and we're certainly not through with it. We'll be right back after this word from our sponsors.
Stick around. There's more ahead on Race Week 92.
Everybody came over and looked at it. What kind of car is that? What kind of car is that?
A Saturn.
What?
A Saturn.
What is it?
A Saturn. You like it?
The only thing I don't like about the vehicle, I can't really say there isn't anything I don't like. It's a fun vehicle.
I look up, and on my right is a big sign that said Saturn. Well, that very day, I whipped in, found the car I liked, and bought one. That's a fact.
Sometimes you greet the day with a smile. Sometimes it's a struggle just getting out of bed. But there's eggs to fry, kids to love,
Where are my books?
and any number of jobs to be done.
Mommy.
That's life. And we insure every step of it.
Thanks, Mom.
Kanawha, Life and Health Insurance.
It's amazing what a Duke Power Energy Specialist will go through just to help you save on your power bill. To see how much we can save you, call us for a free home energy survey.
We've got a bit of an edge with the driver we have. We've got the best driver out there. So it's a matter of the mechanics just not overlooking anything. Al and I stay in constant communication during the race. I have to be aware of what he wants or needs, you know, at all times. I think the small details are is what makes the difference between winning and running second.
That is not fog. I don't know what's going on over there, but there's a lot of smoke around the track right now. What's going on?
Looks like someone let a fire extinguisher off.
A stink bomb. Oh, dear. Uh-oh. Must be a Ford lover. Okay. Hey, everybody was wondering what Humpy Wheeler was going to come up with for the pre-race show. Maybe that's the bomb that didn't go off, because there was one that didn't go off, by the way. Was it going to be a tribute to Richard Petty, or was it going to be another Desert Storm? Our Will Hampton has the answer.
Only Humpy Wheeler knows why, but once again, the Speedway is under attack. Soldiers from Fort Bragg are here to defend it. Operation Stetson.
The modern scope of things on a battlefield is that if you can't move, shoot, and communicate as rapidly and as efficiently as possible, you're not going to survive. Eliminate with extreme prejudice. A big misconception with a lot of people is that American soldiers like to die for the country, and it's not true. It's our job to make the other poor sucker die for his.
No one is killed, but many are blown away.
If there's ever a speedway to defend, you guys are the ones to do it, right?
Oh, we'll do it in a heartbeat.
But the enemy positions, the targets behind turn 3 are still standing. Just wait till next year. Will Hampton, Race Week 92.
I think that was the house that blew up just a minute ago. The smoke just now reaches, just delayed a little bit. We'll be right back with more. We've got a great music piece on the dirt road when we come back.
Race Week 92 will continue.
The speed, the excitement, the emotion. It could only be NASCAR. And the newscast that brings you any award-winning NASCAR coverage could only be News 36. From pole position to the winner's circle, you'll get an inside look at racing with NASCAR legend Benny Parsons and sports director Jim Celania. Together, they bring you Charlotte's only Emmy-winning NASCAR coverage. The NASCAR Reports, Mondays only on News 36 at 6. Making a difference.
Mark and my relationship goes way past business. I'm sure in a previous life he and I were twin brothers. Throughout the race, the driver and crew chief communicate. The driver complains about the car or brags about the car. It's the crew chief's job on pit stops to make whatever fixes he can to help the driver's predicament. Everyone has about the same access to equipment and technology, but the people who rub on it the most and think the most of it and think about it the most will end up winning the race.
Last year, Duke Power Energy Specialists found brilliant ways to help businesses light their buildings a lot more economically. Our people showed a city how to pump its water more efficiently, helping it pump $100,000 in savings into other much-needed projects. We helped 3 buildings achieve massive energy savings with an innovative airflow system. Now, can we help you heat and cool your home more efficiently? That should be simple enough.
Hunger, thirst, food, beer. New Colders 29, cold aged at 29 degrees to seal in smoothness, beer after beer. Hunger, thirst, food, Colders. New Colders 29 and 29 Light. What else do you need?
Everybody came over and looked at it. What kind of car is that? What kind of car is that?
A Saturn.
What?
A Saturn.
What is it?
A Saturn. You like it?
The only thing I don't like about the vehicle, I can't really say there isn't anything I don't like. It's a fun vehicle.
I look up, and on my right is a big sign that said Saturn. Well, that very day, I whipped in, found the car I liked, and bought one. That's a fact.
Race Week 92, brought to you by Miller Beer, Saturn, Duke Power, Valvoline, and Kanawha.
Welcome back live to the Charlotte Motor Speedway. A few thunderheads over the western skies of the Speedway. We hope they don't open up on us. A lot of people happy at General Motors today, I'll bet.
I saw Jim Perkins, the general manager of Chevrolet division, here earlier today. He was here to watch a Chevrolet win today.
Yeah, bad news here for them and Indianapolis.
Ford's bad deal, because Michael Andretti led the race almost all day in a Ford, blew up near the end, and the Ford did not win their 10th in a row.
That takes care of our show today. I want to thank my 36 race team for our excellent coverage once again. And also I want to thank the guys who walked the dirt road, those guys who won the race for Dale Earnhardt today. They do the dirty work, and they certainly got the win today. Good night.
Whoa. Well, this is a tough road, I hope.
Daddy worked hard for his dollar. He said some folks don't, but that's okay. They won't know which road to follow, because an easy street might lead you astray. I'll take the dirt road, it's all I know. I've been walking it for years, it's gone where I need to go. It ain't easy, it ain't supposed to be. So I'll take my time, and life won't pass me by, 'cause it's right there to find on the dirt road. I have lived life in the fast lane. You gotta watch your back, it look both ways. But when it's said and done, the time we have is borrowed. You better make real sure you hit it the right way. I'll take the dirt road, it's all I know. I've been walking it for years, it's gone where I need to go. It ain't easy, it ain't supposed to be. So I'll take my time, and life won't pass me by, 'cause it's right there to find. I'll take the dirt road, it's all I know. I've been walking it for years, it's gone where I need to go. It ain't easy, it ain't supposed to be. So I'll take my time, and life won't pass me by, 'cause it's right there to find on the dirt road.